Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Today on my radar is iOS 15. It is now out for everybody to download and install, and you pretty much have a choice, at least for the time being, but for the most part, it's the way iOS is going to be for the indefinite future. I've been using iOS either in beta form on my iPhone 8 Plus. I'm getting the iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's getting delivered theoretically this Friday, so you can watch me unbox it live on Twitch. I'm live on Twitch right now, recording this video, and I'm live on Twitch every night at 6 p.m. Link, of course, is in the video description. Just follow me there, Chris Pirillo, and be sure to turn on notifications. I've been using iOS 15 on my iPad, an iPad Pro, a current gen iPad Pro with ProMotion display, and I was looking for a few different changes, and I've seen them on the iPad OS, but I have my feelings about iOS in general. And so when I say iOS, I'm talking about both on the iPhone and the iPad. I'm going to try to stage this as best I can, because I realize this is going to upset a great many people. I do not like the current state of iOS. I have not liked it for years. So I'm just going to be flat out honest. So no one needs to accuse anybody else of being biased, because we're all biased. We all have different experiences, and yours doesn't have to match mine. You don't have to like what it is that I say, but it's still something that I feel strongly about. I do believe that iOS is overdue for a reboot, for a reinvention, a radical reinvention. And no more is that true than in iOS 15 on the iPad. The iPad hardware, I'm sure, is fine. The problem is that the software is just holding it back in so many ways. And I don't just mean, oh, you can't multitask correctly or this, that, or the other thing. It's that the iPad OS is basically iOS, but it's kind of optimized for a bigger screen, but kind of not really, and things don't really work the way that they might work if the OS was built from the ground up specifically for that type of hardware or use case or screen size. Apple's doing its best, I'm sure. I'm not trying to, take away from the work that they've done. I'm not even talking about the stability of iOS 15 at this point. It's just that I just wish they would just spit and polish. Spit and polish is all I'm looking for in an operating system. Any operating system from any company, from any vendor, any entity. Spit and polish. And it ain't there. It ain't there. Still ain't there. And I'm hoping and I'm pulling for them because I want to get excited about this. Hey, like I said, I'm getting a new iPhone. I'm getting it because the iPhone 8 Plus is kind of getting a little dated, and I wanted to see if I could incorporate the new iPhone within my workflow in the live production, as I've done with the current iPhone that I have. But it's we're basically still dealing with the vestiges of iOS 7, and that is a problem. If only because I feel that so much more could be unlocked with the hardware that Apple keeps producing if the software was just more polished. Okay, so that's the easiest way to say it. So if I had to give a grade to it, I'm not going to give it stars. I'm not going to give it thumbs up. Like, it's a C+. I mean, and it works. It's functional. That's the best thing I can say about iOS. But again, I don't like it. And mind you, I don't like certain implementations of Android either, including the one coming from Google. But I'll talk about Android 12 on another day. So just assume that I'm looking for something that is pixel perfect. And also, don't assume that because I may not like one thing that automatically means I like something else, because that's not how it works. So my feeling, I'm just going to go off the notes. iOS is getting long in the tooth, feeling old, dated. Improvements iterate what I already don't like, so it doesn't help. Starting with notifications. Oh my god, at least they removed like the chonkiness of the notifications, like they slimmed them down. Okay, that's cool. Because I thought they basically got, a bee sting and had some kind of reaction because they were so puffy. All the puffy notifications went over to Android 12 on a Google Pixel. Don't get me started on that right now. Either way, even with the slimming down, the notification center is still just it's sloppy. Like I tap a notification to take action on it on the iPad, and then you can still see the notification that I just, you know, kind of brought to the foreground in the background. It's just, it's sloppy. and moreover, like I just get this ongoing stack of notifications, like on Discord, and I can't tell what from who. Like, they're all, it's the same icon over. This is useless. The notifications are just useless. Like, if Apple wants me to turn off notifications, if Apple doesn't want me to use my phone as much because they're trying to improve screen time or decrease it, like, that it works. But it's not what it could be, and it's not what it should be. And I can only say that after having good experiences with notifications. Like, fantastic experiences with notifications. iOS 15 ain't it. If it's an improvement, I'm not sure I see it, or it's been a lateral move. Either way, that's one thing. Animations have improved on the iPad Pro with ProMotion. They have. I'm not saying like night and day, but they made some tweaks such that some animations are a bit more fluid. They also introduced Jank. Like, for one example, like if you're in the App Store and you hit refresh to see if there are new apps, sometimes it'll do this. Seriously, you swipe to refresh, it pops back up, and then it does this. It does this. What is this? What is going on? Like, forget about all the standing jank and animation problems that have existed in iOS for years that have not been fixed or addressed on the iPad, at least. I can't. I have to, like, mentally just turn it off. I'm talking about default apps. I'm not talking about third-party apps. Those are different problems altogether. I appreciate widgets on the home screen, but now I kind of wonder, why do they still have the old widget slide-over bar? I mean, I got them on the home screen. I really need to do this, I guess. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll put news in there. It's kind of interesting. Like, do I put widgets there? I guess I have two options for widgets now. I don't know. It just seems like if you're going to have one, why still have the other? Maybe people need it. Maybe people want certain things on the home screen, but slide over on the other thing. I guess it's interesting. That's all. I mean, I'm not taking away this. I'm not removing points for that, if there are points. I've already had some triple dot accidental swipes on the home screen, so I'll take some, rethinking, at least as far as the iPad's concerned, with the multitasking. But now the animation is sloppy when I remove a floating app off the side. It's there and it disappears, but reappears quickly and then disappears again. I'm just telling you, iOS animations and transitions, I can't even. I can't even. Like, it's just everywhere. The new Safari, I absolutely dislike. And I don't mean, like, moving the address bar from the top to the bottom, because you can configure that. Like, once it's set up the best, like, it's not confusing, but I'm not sure I can get used to it. Like, if Apple is trying to get me to switch to Google Chrome, they're doing a great job. And I don't like the way Google Chrome looks on iOS. I tried the new Safari on Mac OS as well and have the same issue. So I'm very grateful that I'd already switched to Google Chrome on Mac. I don't like the changes, the visual changes that they made in Safari. Forget the UX of the address bar for a second. Just everything and how things bleed in together, and it's difficult to know what I'm looking at any given time. It's not. I think they need to keep working on it. The virtual keyboard on the iPad is annoying. It's even more annoying now, even though they slimmed it down, especially when apps aren't optimized for it, but it's constantly getting in the way. I've got an iPad with a keyboard. It should know I have the keyboard. I don't need the virtual keyboard to pop up every time I go in to enter text in a field. So they didn't fix that, and in some ways it got worse. I like how FaceTime is now cross-platform. That's awesome, but, not exactly something that we needed to have happen. It's just, okay, I guess now I might use FaceTime over other things. I don't think other people will necessarily make the change. Yeah, I'm trying to keep this all in 10 minutes. I've seen so many issues. I can't even chronicle them. There's so many new features, but here's the thing. I can't really think of one new feature that they've rolled out or are planning to roll out that I really care about, that I was really interested in, that would drive me to change my platform at all. And I don't think a new iPhone is going to change that either. I'm sure plenty of people are going to agree, and people are going to disagree. Just don't take it personally, people. It's just my perspective. You may have had a different experience. You may like it. Man, congratulations. I appreciate that you like it. Just appreciate that I really don't.